Hey guys, it's Tuesday. I know it's weird that I'm posting a video in the middle of the week, but I'm going to be gone this weekend. I'm going to be down in New York City, and I'm going to be making a video about New York, and I'm not going to be able to post on Sunday. So you guys are going to get a little bit of a nice history lesson here this week about my new band, Trove. Trove began as a pet project of mine. I had a bunch of demos left over from writing for the new Too Late the Hero album, Survivor's Guilt. And if you don't know, Too Late the Hero is the band I've been touring with and have been recording with for the past almost decade. So that's the band I've really poured my heart and soul into. And we're doing this new record, and I had a couple songs that just kind of didn't really fit. So I was writing those and really liked them, so I finished the demos anyway. And I was talking to my buddy Dave, who sings for the band Vanna. And I had kind of filled in for Vanna on bass and had just been buddies with the group for years. Like we were all real tight. So I sent him the demos, and he was blown away, which is really interesting. So he asked if he could sing on them, and I said, yeah. Like, I mean, are we starting a band? And he was like, yeah. He came up with the name Trove, and we got Kevin, you know, my musical soulmate. He's my guitarist from Too Late the Hero, so had to get him in the band, and he's also a very incredible producer and engineer. So we had to get him on board. And then we hired up our buddy Jake Wertman, who plays drums for Roseview. And next thing you know, we're recording an EP, just as fast as that. So we get in there. Jake ended up doing his drums in a day, and I ended up doing guitar and bass in a day. And vocals shortly after that. I sang a bunch on this. Dave came up with some really cool lyrics and some really cool, his voice was really vibey and really cool on this, and it's interesting. It's very unique, and that's cool. You know, there aren't that many unique singers anymore, and I really do appreciate that about his voice. So I'm pretty excited about that. But now that we kind of solidified us four, we really needed somebody else to come in and, round out our lineup. So Dave knew a guy named Anthony, goes by Tron, and he was in the band To the Wind that was on Pure Noise Records. So he reached out. I have actually never met Anthony. Even to this day, he lives in Seattle. So it's cool. We're at far ends of the country, but we're still in a band together, and don't know him yet, but I love the guy. He's been super positive and really, really understanding and nice about how slow I've been to get certain things to him that I need to get to him. So he's a great dude. But basically, with that lineup solidified, now, we were able to release our EP on the 5th, and everything's kind of just falling into place, and I'm really excited about that. But I wanted to touch on kind of some things about the recording. I wanted to show you some guitars I used and kind of talk about those. So here's the first guitar. So this is the first guitar I'll show you. This is a 72 Deluxe reissue. It's a Fender Telecaster. There's not much you can say about a guitar that just doesn't need to be set up all the time, that you can just pick up and play, and every single time you pick it up, it's right on. That's this guitar. I don't know what the secret sauce is about it, but I never need to touch it. I've toured with it, and it's always been rock solid. But you can hear this on all of Shove was recorded with this, actually. So all those big old tones, that's this guitar. And this is also a guitar that this is like one of my desert island guitars. If I had to take one guitar to a desert island, I think this might be it. I almost knocked over my light. So this is that. It was on the song Shove. You can hear it there. The next guitar I want to show you guys is another Telecaster. There's a lot of Telecaster on this album, but this is a really cool Butterscotch Tele, but it's not a Fender. It's actually a Stevens, Telecaster. And this one is a custom built, made in the USA by this gentleman Stevens, and he makes his guitars out in Seattle. All he uses Seymour Duncan parts for the pickups, and he has this really cool patented cutaway. And Washburn hired him to make the Nuno Betancourt guitars. It's just incredible. I love a really nice American-made guitar that just the person poured their heart and soul into it. That's this thing. I recorded all of Massive on this guitar. So believe it or not, all of the tones on Massive are on this guitar. So if you want to hear what this sounds like, just listen to that song and you will hear it. All right, and for the final guitar that I'll show you guys, it is this Gibson Firebird 7. Now this is probably the most beautiful guitar I've owned and will ever own. It's once again, it's just this American-made masterpiece, and it just screams rock and roll. So basically I recorded all of Scram on this. Every sound on Scram is this guitar. It sounds great dirty and it sounds great clean if you flip it into the middle, and it's these two pickups. Cleans up really nice. But one thing I kind of want to touch on about these guitars, this one and the Butterscotch Tele, is that they were actually left to me by my uncle, who unfortunately passed away. His name's Tim, and he loved my band. He thought it was so cool that I played guitar in a band and played music, at least semi-professionally. He actually came to our shows in Texas, and I thought it was really cool that I was able to record an album with his guitars, because, if he could only see that, he would be so excited. And it's just awesome to know that they're going to do a good use. This is the best possible thing that I think I could have done with these guitars, if I'm being honest. So that's kind of the history of Trove. There's there's a little bit more of a story there, but I won't bore you with all the details. I think we're probably going to do a bunch of shows this year, maybe a little touring, who knows. Until then, I'm just going to play one of our songs. It's called Massive. Here it is.
So get me away.